Hello, so this is the P16 training for the enrichment. So the first thing we talked about was, why is tutoring great? What are the benefits to you? What are the benefits for the tutee? Okay. And on this, so some of the things we talked about benefits for a tutor is you get to use the program on your UCAS references, or if you're applying for a job, and it's really good because it shows that you're keen to work with others, that you are able to manage your time, that you are able to support peers, lots of different things there. And then for the tutee, you're offering an additional support to help them with their science, because they have been identified as students who are struggling with science. So the aim of the training is to develop your understanding of why we're asking you to do a peer tutor a student, develop your understanding of the role of the tutor and how to prepare a session, and then discussion time to address your questions. So these are some of the things. This is a peer mentoring, but I mean it's a similar idea. So if you have a look at what some of the benefits are for students for peer tutoring, peer mentoring, you can pause the video and read them there if you want. Why are we doing it at Counters Thought? Well, we want to use peer tutoring to help an identified group of students with their science achievement. We want you to help students who are engaged in their learning, but there may be another barrier to their learning, e.g. low aspirations, numeracy issues, comprehension, low reading level. And then peer tutoring changes the dynamic from a teacher-student to student-student. So you understand the process of learning, so you are in an excellent place to support them with their learning. So what will it look like for you? You need to plan an hour session per week. A suggestion here is that every other week you do a targeted topic with links to their Pixel homeworks. They do like different Pixel homeworks and Flashback Fridays. And then the other session could be personalised to your tutee's individual needs, or you could just do every session personalised to what they want to do. COVID guidelines, these are a little bit more relaxed now than when we started the program. So you can sit next to each other, but I would suggest you sit next to each other rather facing each other. If you want to wear masks because you're in different bubbles, then that's fine. Maybe sanitize your hands if you're going to share anything. And then, try and give quite a lot of verbal feedback and discussion. So what we did then was we had a go at planning a session. So let's say you wanted to deliver a session on bonding. In a group, they thought about what you could do to plan that session. So I want you to think about that yourself now. So what activities do you need to do? How long would you spend on each activity? What would you do if they're not understanding you? And what resources do you need and how would you get them? So I want you to spend 10 minutes just planning out the answers to those 4 questions. So if you just pause the video, you can do that now. Okay, so if I was planning a lesson, this is what my lesson would look like. And perhaps have a big idea or a hook at the start, so maybe a question for them to do at the start. Then put some learner-centered work in, so describing something, modelling something, talking about the science behind something. Then some guided practice, so you are supporting the student with what they're trying to practice. Then they do some independent practice, which you can then mark together, and then you finish off. So for me, this idea of bonding, this is a lesson that I did for bonding. Now, it wouldn't necessarily look like this for you because this is a lesson, but you could take aspects of it. So this is my starter. But what we did was we had some questions about transition metals. So we talked about the answers to those questions. That was from a previous lesson. But then I talked about metallic bonding and we went through the properties. I talked about how to do covalent bonding and we talked about the properties. And then I talked through ionic bonding. And then we talked through the properties as well. And then what the students did was they went away and this is the document. They had a go at some questions. No, that's not it. This. Oh, that's the answers. Yeah, so they had a go at some questions like this. And this is something that you could do. Talk through bonding and then have a go at these questions. I'll email you these questions so you've got them if you want to have a go at them and the answers. Okay, so these are some of the resources. Obviously, as a teacher, I've got lots of resources, but these are some of the resources you could use in your session. So there's My Physics and Maths Tutor with exam questions and flashcards. There's Quizzes, which is online quizzing. If you wanted to use a computer room, there's one next to in Science, so you're more than welcome to use that. Just let us know. There's Quizlet, which again is flashcards and games for an IT. You can get information from BBC Bitesize. They've got revision notes and videos, so again you can use the IT room if you want. There's free science lesson videos too. Quizzical has quick questions on a topic, so I'll just quickly show it to you. 1 second. If I just bring this over here. So Quizzical, I can never spell it, which means I always forget about it. You can get random questions off here for like a starter if you wanted. So if you went to AQA Physics, so let's do the chemistry one. Well, that's A level. GCSE AQA Chemistry, okay? And then the topic, we were doing bonding, okay? So it would just come up with 5 questions about bonding, and you could use those as questions in your session if you wanted to. So Quizzical's really good. And then we can also get exam pro questions for you. So if you email myself or Claire Francis, we can get an exam question for you off Exam Pro if you wanted to use them. Okay, so my suggestion for your first session is that you do bonding and that you go through the 3 types of bonding, and then I'll email you the questions and you can work through them with the student. So I'm going to do that for you now. Okay, I hope you get on well. I will be there. Oh no, I won't be there. Well, I'm there on a Wednesday and Thursday if you're tutoring on Wednesday and Thursday. But if you've got any questions, you can always email me, eCoulson. Okay, thank you.